morning. Tell me one characteristic about your favorite teacher. One thing about them from a teaching aspect, not even necessarily like you had a personal relationship with that person, but give me one characteristic about them that informed you that they were an excellent teacher. And put it in the comments below. I just want to say that as I observe Jesus in the text, in the New Testament, and even the Old, as I observe him hands-on with people's lives, I recognize he was a great teacher. In fact, they call him rabbi. He was one who you went to for the information. He was well studied. And he wasn't just well studied, but he gave excellent illustrations and demonstration of what he was saying. Because remember, Jesus was fulfilling the law. And yet there were people who questioned him in the fulfillment of that law. He was like existing to fulfill it. He was doing all the things that were prophetically spoken in the book of Isaiah and many of the other major and minor prophets that spoke about the foretelling of Jesus Christ. So there's a moment, and it's in Luke chapter 5, verses 17. And there's a moment where he heals a paralytic man. There were friends who brought a paralytic man from a bed into a house from the roof to get to Jesus. And at the same time, Jesus was teaching the law to Pharisees and the Pharisees and Sadducees, the religious people who knew the word very well. And here was a moment where he could teach from the book who he truly was and give a demonstration and illustration to them. They were in attendance. So if you will, read Luke chapter 17, verses up until 26. But I'm going to read 22 to 25. When Jesus perceived their thoughts, talking about the Pharisees, he answered them, "Why do you question in your hearts? This is all while doing a miracle. Miraculous work, amazing. Using a perfect demonstration. Which is easier to say, your sins are forgiven you, or to say, rise and walk? But that you may know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins." You can't put God in a box, especially when he's already informed you what he was going to do as Jesus Christ. He already told them that in the Old Testament, and he was fulfilling the New Testament. Can't put him in a box. He has authority, capability, the empowerment, the enlightenment to do all of which he said he would do. Bring salvation and healing to the world. He said to the man who was paralyzed, "I say to you, rise, pick up your bed, and go home." And immediately he rose up before them and picked up what he had been laying on and went home glorifying God. Wow, what a powerful moment. The great teacher, the great rabbi, is demonstrating his power and authority to help people, not to condemn them, not to take money from them, not to destroy them, to help his people. What an awesome and great teacher that Jesus is. Teaching from the book and then demonstrating it so that all can witness his glory and power. Read this for yourself. I'm sure you'll get a revelation that maybe I didn't even get. Find the enlightenment in who Jesus is. Recognize that he's willing to break it down to you, but you have to have an open heart ready to receive the correction that he has for your life. Because sometimes there are things that we don't realize, like old taboos and things that we once thought and poor teaching that needs correction. And so when we like sit down at a table and begin to start asking Jesus questions, know that He's going to question you. And it will provoke you to healing and growth. Embrace it. See it as an opportunity for him to do a miracle in your life, for you to witness a miracle that will change your life for the better. All right. That's all I got. Peace and love.